Digital marketing for HVAC and home service businesses.
Strategies and stories from industry experts to help you succeed.
Welcome, Jake, to the OutWork'em Podcast. Today we have Jake of Jake's Carpet Cleaning in Colorado, and he's going to tell us how he got started and their specialty, which I'm very excited about because it definitely aligns with my ethics and lifestyle. So thanks for coming on the show, Jake. We met through his partner, Kala, and she is awesome, and she also has her own podcast. So shout out to Kala. Maybe we'll put her podcast in the show notes as well. But yeah, thanks for being on the show today, Jake. Really appreciate it, and just wanted to hear your story, hear your entrepreneurial story. So yeah, tell me a little bit more about your business.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. Yeah, and definitely shout out for Kala to recalibrate. Yeah, I love that connection there. So yeah, happy to be here. So I guess where are we starting? What are we doing?
You can tell me where's your service area first of all. Where are you located? What markets do you serve, and what services do you offer?
Excellent. Yeah, so I'm based out of Littleton, Colorado. And I've been in business here for a while. I started it in 2008, actually. As far as services offered, really, I kind of specialize in providing air duct and carpet cleaning services to health conscious families. And I provide those services using products that are safe enough to drink. So they're 100% plant-based, and you can breathe them, drink them, bathe in them, if you're feeling weird. So, but yeah, that's kind of what really sets me apart. And let's see. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I started back in 2008, and it's been quite a journey. Started as an owner-operator doing really just carpet cleaning, and then expanded and did insurance work for water damage restoration, mold remediation, all sorts of stuff, and had a warehouse and a team of about 10 of us. And then over the last handful of years have just slowly scaled back, and ultimately about 2.5 years ago went back to owner operator. I've really just been kind of chilling there, working and taking care of my kids and the home and the family, and just keeping things simple. So nice.
It's good. Yeah. Well, I love that you're offering that service because it is very needed, especially because there's a lot of sensitive people out there, who I am one included. Like, we have house cleaner come once every couple weeks, and we have roommates at this house that we're at, so I didn't pick the whole SOP. But yeah, she's awesome. She's so sweet, but like the products she uses, I have to actually go outside for like half a day. Because like I get such bad respiratory issues from just being around the cleaning products.
Yeah.
And I can immediately tell when like there's, stuff like that in the environment. So it's great for people who have autoimmune or asthma, or who are just health conscious, because like there's so many creepy ingredients in a lot of the cleaning supplies out there. So I love that you guys are conscious about that. And I would say in all of the home service industry businesses, I definitely, like, my favorite ones are the ones who are conscious about these types of things, like material conscious. Yeah. And it's not always the cheapest way, but it is the nicest way. So
yeah, I certainly, certainly am not ever aiming to be the cheapest. I'm looking to provide the absolute best, highest quality service that I can. And I need to be paid well to do that as well. So it's, the way I've got it set up, I only go to one home a day so that I'm not in any sort of rush.
Nice.
And I go and I get there, and oftentimes the majority of people end up having me do, 6 or more hours worth of work. I just get set up and hustle, and I'll clean, all the air ducts and some carpet, or all the carpet and furniture, or, So I enjoy only going to one home a day. Actually, I really enjoy being owner operator again, more so than I did like growing a business and having all these employees and whatnot. The simplicity of it and getting to go and work with my hands and see a job through from start to finish. Each day I get a sense of accomplishment. So that's really like, satisfying for me. But yeah, it's nice to be able to go and set up and not be in a rush and be able to just take all the time I need, to really treat it like my own home, and just be as thorough as possible. And I wanted to say something about the cleaning products. When I first started, I was using products that were marketed to me as being safe for children and pets. And I used these for years and then marketed them to my clients as being also non-toxic and safe. And, years later, about the time my first child was about to be born, I started looking into it a little bit more. And I saw that although technically it is safe because of the concentration of what's in it, it still is actually full of toxins and harmful chemicals. And at that time, I went on what I was referring to as a research rampage, just really digging into the products, because here I thought I was providing that service to begin with, only to realize I had been, misled through marketing myself. And so I had a really high standard of what I was looking for. And I thankfully ended up finding these products that were, I believe, formulated by a family in Canada. Their son had like this autoimmune issue and, was super sensitive to all these cleaning products. And so they ended up formulating this stuff that's based from the herb thyme. And so I don't know, it's like a proprietary formula, but it's food grade. So you can drink it, and it's also a hospital-grade disinfectant that's registered to eliminate COVID within 30 seconds of contact. So, so super effective. I've actually drank it myself. I've had so many people drink it in presentations and things. People will come up and take shots of it. It's pretty spicy. But,
at that time.
Yeah. But, yeah, so I started, so it's been, I think, more than a decade now. Gosh. Yeah, shoot, my oldest is about to be 14. So we're going on like 14 years now that I've been using this stuff. And yeah, it's just wonderful. It's super effective. I get fantastic results, and it's great because I use it and work with it all day long. I'm in contact with it with my skin. And so it's nice to be using things that I know are also good, not harmful to me as well as to my clients. So
absolutely. Yeah, that's so important. Like, just so many people have like just hazard that they're dealing with at work from the products that they're using, the chemicals that they're doing. I mean, a lot of the home service industries have that problem. So if you can mitigate it as much as you can, then that's definitely like the elite choice to do. And I think it's really cool that you offer the entire like cleaning of, like, you can get your ducts, your furniture, your carpet, like all in the same day, so you don't have to like hire a bunch of people to come in and do different things. You can just do like a deep clean on that day. Do you ever do that for people who are like buying new houses and they want like a deep clean when they purchase a new house, or
all the time?
What kind of themes of jobs do you get a lot?
Yeah, so I certainly do new home purchases, even if it's a brand new construction home, not just like an older home that's new to the purchaser. Because oftentimes the new construction is, when I go in and clean an older home that's never been cleaned, I'll find construction debris from, 1901. So like it's crazy what's in the air ducts. I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there. What was let's see.
What kind of jobs do you, like themed jobs do you get a lot?
Of course. Yeah. So definitely the move-in jobs are a big one, especially for the health conscious families. It's, it's always nice to have it cleaned out and not really be moving into somebody else's, dirt and germs and skin cells and all of that floating around. Yeah, so I do those kind of jobs. Again, really just health conscious families a lot of times are, uh, people with younger children, are a pretty common client for me because of their concerns about their kids' health. And, I mean, the fact that as far as indoor air pollution goes, it's actually more impactful on children than it is on adults because, kids are breathing more volume of air per pound of body weight than we are. So they're
Oh,
taking
wow.
in all this stuff at a higher concentration than we are. So are oftentimes more sensitive to it. And then it's impactful on the development of their respiratory system as well. So, but yeah, so that's always my thing is that the cleaning is about, it's not so much about getting a visible result. Obviously I'm going to make a visual difference on what I'm cleaning, but the purpose of the cleaning is to positively impact the air quality in the home because, our
Yeah.
lungs, it's like the second largest organ, our next to our skin. That's how we're exposed to most everything. And I'm sure all about VOCs and fragrances and all
Oh,
of that
yeah. I
stuff.
travel
It
with an
was,
air purifier. I'm like that
yeah.
type of person because it's just my lungs are so sensitive. Like I got
Hmm.
pneumonia from um I had a client in Phoenix who rented an Airbnb to do a work intensive that we were coming to, and that Airbnb happened to be moldy, and
Mm.
I opened up like the whole bottom floor and I told everyone don't run it was in winter and I said don't run the heater, and people ran the heater anyway, and I was like this house is like condemnable, like this house needs to
Mm.
be like leveled. It's so moldy.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting pneumonia from being in there for the week.
Well,
So and my lungs took like a month and a
looks
half to
like
get
it's,
my lungs to recover again. So that happened. Um I get really creeped out by houses with carpet in general just because I know that like most people don't clean their carpet. And
mm.
so yeah, I would be way less sus if I knew that they had a service like your guys' coming in and cleaning everything.
Oh
How
yeah.
far do you guys travel for jobs?
Well, I mean, generally my service radius is about 30 miles,
Mhm.
from Littleton, so
Okay.
that covers the majority of the Denver metro area and up into the mountains a little bit, like Evergreen and Conifer. However, I
Nice.
will travel further depending on the project,
Mhm.
and what's needed. So it just depends. Yeah.
Yeah. And
But,
I'd love to hear if you're open to sharing a little bit more about like you had said that you were on a journey of where you had multiple employees, then you kind of scaled back into owner operator and are feeling really good with that. I've definitely like interviewed other people who have done that before, and within our agency, we've worked with people who decide to do that or go back and forth, and it's fairly common with running a business. But yeah, I'd love to hear a little bit more about that journey for you.
yeah. I mean, I think all things kind of ebb and flow, and business is the same.
Yeah.
And so as far as being an entrepreneur goes, really just got to be willing to ride the waves of that, I guess. But yeah, so early on when I started, I kind of started by accident, actually. I was going to college to become a youth pastor and, uh, and just needed a way to pay the bills,
Mhm.
while I was going to school. So I started hustling on the side because I grew up doing carpet cleaning with my
Mhm.
dad. He was an
Nice.
entrepreneur also. And so I just had this skill set and I knew like I could make more money on the side than I am working, you know, at like Radio Shack at the time.
Right.
And so it was really just a means to an end at the beginning. And then, my second year, I worked like an average of 20 hours a week. And I think at the time I made like, I don't remember what it was, but it was something exciting for me. And I was like, this is cool. Like, that's great. I'm
Yeah.
not going to go get a job. I'll just keep working for myself. And so
Right.
I kind of accidentally ended up doing the same thing that my dad did through my childhood. And so after a little while there, I was starting to get burnt out. And so I asked my ex-wife if she would, come on and help me. And so she did. And we grew the company together and really had I had some big visions at the time for it of like the size company I wanted to build. And we expanded, like I had mentioned, into, insurance work, doing restoration work and emergency services. And, I had a crew of people that were on call 24/7 to go take care of, sewage backup at 3 a.m. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, it's just so much. And so balancing I really did end up getting burned out on the emergency response business, like having to employ people to be available when work is so like it's either literally raining, or it's drought. Like it's just more work than I have employees and equipment for, or I've got too many employees and equipment and no work.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it was a lot of stress, and a lot of extra work for not a lot of extra profit, if any, truthfully.
Yeah.
And so, gosh, how many years ago was that now? I made a decision to get out of that business. I want to say maybe about 9-10 years ago. And to just focus on the residential cleaning because it was pretty simple. So I got rid of all of that and scaled down at that point, and really just focused on residential cleaning with the plant-based products and kept on a couple of crews of people. And I really, for a while, I stepped back and, I managed my company just very, very part-time, maybe like 40 hours a year I put in. And
wow.
I just had my team manage things for years while I raised my children. I was a full-time stay-at-home dad.
Wow.
So that was really quite a gift and a blessing.
Yeah.
And then around the time, my kids were all, in grade school, things were changing. And, so this was right before COVID as well. And I was going through some big life changes. I was going through a divorce and I made the decision to scale further down and go back to a home-based business, no longer outside of the home, but just myself and 2 employees.
Yeah.
And we did that for a handful of years and it was great. And then, just made the decision, like I said, 2.5 years ago to just scale back even further and work part-time. When I don't have my kids, I work. And when I do have my kids, I don't work so that I can be there and take care of them. And, and just, really keep it simple. I got burnt out on trying to build something big. Like the truth is, I personally love working with my hands and doing something tangible. I don't like sitting at my desk or working on my laptop. Like, I mean, I'd rather build a fence than do taxes, or marketing or any of that. Like I just let me work with my hands. That's So it was many years and, some growth and some really like fun, exciting times. And some really fun team building. That was honestly probably some of the most enjoyable part of it all was just creating a team of some really awesome people, have like a kind of a little family vibe and just hustle together. And so that's fun.
Yeah,
But
totally.
at the end of the day, right now, I mean, this is not going to be forever, but right now I like it simple. So we'll see how long I like it simple for, but it's going great. Yeah.
And I feel like that's a great entrepreneurial skill to have, is to know how to scale it up and know how to scale it down whenever life happens, because it does to everyone. And it just depends on how you're going to adapt to the situation as a business owner. Like, you're going to you have choices to make. Are you going to scale up? You're going to scale back? You're going to push through? Like, what's your game plan? And it sounds like you found a good game plan for yourself and your family, which is obviously the most important thing. That's why a lot of people get into being an entrepreneur is so that they can provide for their family and also spend time with their family when they want to spend time with their family. So that's awesome that you did that and that you get to be with your kids. And do you teach your kids any of the skills that your dad taught you?
Yeah, it's been really fun recently. My kids are a little bit older, so they're my youngest is 10, and then so I've got 10, 12, and then 13 and a half. And so obviously the kids are out of school right now. So I've been bringing them to work with me, and they've come to work with me before, which is something I did when I was a kid too. My dad started taking me with him when I was like 8. Is kind of my earliest memory of going with him. But yeah, so they've each come and, worked a couple of days with me, and it's just a lot of fun, a good time. I think their favorite part is the snack bag that Cala packs. They're like, they're just so stoked to be able to go and eat jerky and get what drink did she pack them? Coconut water do they get to share my kombucha? They get, yeah. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so it's been fun lately getting to involve them, and I have them do some other things too. Like I'll pay them to put sticker labels on our spotter bottles because I give a bottle of spot remover to each client.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And I hand them out too to neighbors and stuff because I always have neighbors coming up and talking to me while I'm working. Yeah. So I give everyone a free bottle of the spot remover, which is the stuff I clean with.
Yeah.
So I have the kids, they'll set up in the living room and just sticker bottles for me. And so yeah, I definitely, now that they're getting a little older, I've been, involving them a bit more, having them help me out with things, and yeah.
That's awesome. Maybe they'll want to have their first job be for the business.
Yeah, maybe, I had my middle daughter, she was helping me at this really, really beautiful, like newer custom modern home. It's an empty home because they just bought it and they're moving in. And, so I was like, hey, take this. We set up my phone on the tripod, and I was like, just have some fun, set up a time lapse. And, I set her up in a room, because she's always like, gosh, this is so satisfying. Like, she really enjoys it. Like seeing the lines on the carpet or on whatever we're doing. Yeah. It is quite satisfying. So I set her up, with a time lapse, and was like, you can do whatever you want. Like literally. So she's all goofy coming up to the camera. And like, that's really where I think would be a fun way to, involve them more, is letting them express their own creativity
totally
that way and use it with the business. Because truthfully, I've always involved or used them. Like if you look at my website, they're like baby photos. They're my babies,
Yeah.
Like my business listings, there's photos of my kids and I've always used them. And our focus too on our emails that we send out, we're always sending like family updates. You'll see a picture of, Cala and the kids and I together, whatever it was we were doing. And so just definitely very, family business, family oriented and focused. And so it's been great amazing to involve them. And I'm excited to get to, see how they want to or not want to be more involved.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I just interviewed someone 2 days ago. And like she had the same sentiment. She has a GC business, and I asked her like, are you gonna have your kids? And she was like, I would if they want to, but if they don't want to, that's fine too. So that's always good that like, I like to hear when people are flexible in that regard and they're not like pushing it on their kids, but to have the option. Because I don't know if this stat is true or not, but I heard that for every 14 people who retire in the trades, only one goes in.
Oh, wow.
Right now.
Really?
Yeah. And so I think that the work with your hands, like, is going to be more and more valuable. Obviously, like, they're going to have the robots doing stuff too, but I don't think that the robots are going to be able to necessarily, look at the carpet and the baseboards and like see like, oh, I'm gonna be able to get in there like exactly, because they're just not very not good at that yet, but maybe they will. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows what the
Who
robots are going
knows?
to do?
The world's crazy. I mean, the way things are going, it's honestly a little terrifying to think about all of this. Like, holy crap. So,
Right.
but yeah,
I don't want a robot in my house. Like,
no,
I'm okay with the creation of them, but I don't want them around me.
I don't even want to be in like an automated self-driving vehicle.
No way.
No, thank you.
No way. To the people who are out there in that car, I don't even want to give them a shout out, but if to people who are out there in that vehicle, like, you're braver than I, because I would not trust that. And I don't even, like, if I get in, if my husband and I get into even an Uber and we don't think that the driver is competent or like awake enough or maybe sober enough to be driving us around, we'll be like, hey, we actually forgot something at the house. We got to go back, and then we'll call a new one. You know?
Yeah.
But I don't know how that works with the robot cars. I don't want anything to do with the robot cars.
Me neither. None. It's crazy to see them driving down the road too, and drive past them. And like, whoa. Yeah.
Yeah. We are in interesting times.
But yeah, I think we're a ways off from a robot going in and like diagnosing an air conditioning unit and then walking back up the stairs and or whatever. So yeah.
I think so too. And I just think they're going to malfunction and probably mess people's houses up. Like, if they were doing something like that, like, I don't know. It just seems like not a vibe. So I think there's still a lot of time. I really do feel very auspiciously about the home service industries because so many people are wanting to go into tech, and I just think that not as many people are getting trained. Not as many people are getting trained well and skillfully. And so having actual skilled like contractors out there is going to be something very rare and special. It's going to be like, oh, like this person has a skill set that is uncommon, right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And in the trades, a lot of times every job is a unique, like, problem to solve. Like, as far as air duct cleaning is concerned, no two systems are identical. There's some standard formations, but in terms of how the contractors laid the ducting out when the home was being built and how they connected and routed things, like, that is a whole puzzle to solve every single time. Like, I'm, sometime in, like, what would that be? Puppy pose with my arm down an air duct, like I'm getting cut up and bloody like having to, to solve and figure out how this whole thing's connected and how to get everything out and get it clean. Like, it's not necessarily simple and straightforward all of the time. And all of the trades are really like that. So, and it does it. I think the thing about the skilled trades is it really requires, an individual with like a real ability to solve problems, and be resourceful.
Yeah.
So
100%.
And but that statistic you mentioned is interesting. I hadn't heard that specifically, but I definitely have, heard for years now about the trades, how there's just fewer and fewer people going into them. There's higher demand, like plumbing especially seems to be, I hear from people that they're having to wait weeks.
Oh yeah.
To get a plumber out or an electrician out. And and so, I mean, I'm just a single owner operator. I'm generally booked out 2 weeks or so.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see how things go. I've certainly given some thought myself to any other trade or skilled trade I might like to get into. Because like I said, I like building things. I mean, for a while, for a side hustle for fun, I was doing some contracting and handyman stuff, building, doing some remodeling. And so I think for now, I'm going to stick with what I got because it's simple and I do get some satisfaction out of it. And I don't need to create anything new. I just keep at it.
Do you
And
ever
like I
do
said,
any
who knows how
commercial?
long I'll want to stay.
Yeah.
A little bit here and there,
Yeah.
but the primary focus is residential. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I it seems to me the niche that I serve in the residential market
Yeah.
doesn't exist to the same degree in the commercial market. It's more,
Yeah.
it's more how, well, this guy will do it for pennies per
Oh, wow.
foot. And I'm just like, well, like, I'm not there. Like, I'm not interested in being there.
Yeah.
That's okay. Like,
No. Yeah.
yeah. So, yeah, like, I really like to just go and get set up at a home. And, sometimes every now and then it'll extend to 2 days worth of work,
Mm-hmm.
where, they'll want so much done that it's like, well,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be here till 9 p.m., which I'll do if you want me to, but you guys gotta have dinner and go to bed and stuff. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
How about and I just thought about this, and maybe you already have clients like this, but there's a trend happening that I think is only going to increase as time goes on, as people become more health conscious and there's more crappy stuff in our environment. It's wellness travel, wellness accommodations. So like, for example, hotels and also Airbnbs and rentals, because the market is so oversaturated with them, to have a competitive edge, a lot of them are kind of moving in the direction of having like clean, like low tox stays, right? So low tox Airbnbs and hotels and rentals. And
Interesting.
so they're stocked with, organic sheets, good cleaning supplies, like non-toxic cleaning supplies, non-toxic soaps, and a lot of them will have like a high quality air filter in the house, and some of them are even like going to the extent of like having, low VOC building materials and whatnot.
Yeah.
So a service like yours would be very appropriate for those types of Airbnbs. So I don't know if you wanted to look on
Yeah.
Airbnb in your area, even like low tox
Yeah.
accommodations.
That's
so if you want, there's
interesting.
some
I mean,
people
I
to
have
talk to.
I've cleaned a handful of Airbnb properties.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's just kind of the minority, but I hadn't thought to do that. That's great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just popped in my mind. But do you have any technology that has helped you out a lot in your business? Any softwares, any um websites, like apps, anything that's helped you out in the technology realm?
Yeah. I mean, the most helpful thing is the software that I use.
Mhm.
Um, it's called House Call Pro.
Okay.
And yeah, it is integrated. Like, I've linked it to my website. So if you click the reservations page on my website, it just routes you to this scheduling software
Mhm.
it's my whole CRM, and it manages all sorts of things I'm able to do through it. So that's been the best. I mean, prior to that, I got a lot of use out of QuickBooks. I still do.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, but yeah, now those are the two softwares that I use. So, and that makes a big difference. I'm able to communicate with my customers like before and after the jobs, send notifications, and yeah,
Nice.
just connects it all and simplifies it. So.
Mhm. You doing any marketing right now, or all word of mouth, or?
No, I have not done any paid advertising in
Mhm.
probably about 5 years.
Wow.
Like, I stopped altogether. I don't even pay for like a premium Yelp page anymore. Like, I
Mhm.
just quit
Mhm.
paying for it all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I did over the years. I've tried tons of different things, and really truthfully burned a couple $100,000 on various marketing,
Right.
like being contracted into things and whatnot. Just, yeah. So, The most successful thing I've done is really just to focus on high quality service. Even when I was employing people, this was just the biggest thing, was to, to always, the mission statement was always to give more in value than you expect to receive in payment. And to just go above and beyond, like always have the customer feeling like they're getting more out of it than we are. And then by doing that, could then focus back on referral work and repeat business and reviews.
Yeah.
So reviews, referrals, and repeat business, just really focusing on the clients I do have and continuing to stay in touch with them and provide high quality service, and then remind them and request both reviews and referrals.
Yeah.
So, and that's been like the most successful thing. Sending out large, like a couple times a year, I used to send out like a text blast to everybody, and those would generate, some immediate, revenue right away. But yeah, really just being consistent about high quality, and then
Totally.
trying to, I guess, I don't know what the right phrase is I'm looking for, but just continue to work there for more.
Yeah.
So,
That's how
deliver
we
more.
run it over here too.
Yeah.
I think that's the secret sauce for a lot of businesses. It's just like give more than what you receive, and because it's competitive out there in all industries, but I would say in the industry that we're in, definitely. I don't know about your industry specifically for your area. Is it competitive in your area, or?
I mean, I would say so. There's a lot. Like, I have not looked at the numbers of businesses, but at one time, it was like, gosh, it was, I want to say hundreds, if not in the low, like couple thousand of carpet cleaning companies.
Yeah.
And air duct cleaning, there was a lot fewer of air duct cleaning companies. But so there's a lot out there. But I mean, truthfully, I don't necessarily feel like there's a lot of competition. Because I don't have any like large ambitions to like take over the city or create this large company. And so like I realize that I'm not the perfect fit for everybody, and that's okay, because the people I am a perfect fit for, they're a perfect fit for me, and it's awesome for both of us.
Yeah.
And so just keep it small and keep it simple. And
well, I love that you guys are doing that. I think it's really important for just the overall potential and possibility of entrepreneurialism in America in general. If everyone's building up to be sold to private equity, then it's just going to be all private equity. You know what I mean? So, and then that's not really like supporting your local people and supporting local business in general. And then quality, like I've never seen a business be bought out by private equity and increase their quality. I've never seen it in the trades.
Sure.
So, we always love talking to people who are real owners and owner operators that are family businesses, like, and I think it's considered under, maybe this, under $30 million a year is still considered a small business.
Yeah. It may even be 50.
Wow.
It might even be 50 million.
Yeah.
But small business. Yeah. So like I'm a micro business. I mean,
yeah.
Not even a small business.
We're a micro business too.
Yeah. So
I would
that's
like
okay
to be
with me.
Small business someday, but
I thought I did, I thought I was chasing like a $10 million revenue goal was what I was after. And it seemed like it was relatively like reasonably achievable, not even really a large company, still a small business, but I don't want to do that. No, I want to get my hands dirty and grow some food. And like I don't want to spend my time running a business like that and employing people. And like, yeah, I like being able to provide a valuable service and live a simple life.
Yep. There you
So,
go.
yeah.
That's awesome. Well, where do the people find you if they want some non-toxic cleaning in Colorado?
Yeah, I mean, the best place is just my website. That's jakescarpetcleaning.com. It's a pretty simple, single page, scrollable website. And find a little bit of info there, and then if you wanted to check out getting something on the books with me, my scheduling is there. You just click reservations and see what I offer and pricing and when I'm available. And otherwise, if you want to reach out by email, you can also do that. You can hit me up at thebrain@jakescarpetcleaning.com. But yeah, those would be the two best ways to reach out if you got questions or want to connect. Oh, and then
Awesome.
I guess also you could call my office. It's 303-309-9797. That number does, however, go to a voicemail, and I do callbacks at the end of the day because I'm generally out working. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, we'll put all of that in the show notes. And I just
Cool.
got my signal. My husband has podcast after this podcast. So
Right on.
it was great talking to you, Jake.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
we are excited to publish this podcast. Thank you for being out there and providing excellent service to Colorado. And
Yeah.
we'll talk soon. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye.